We welcome our second place finisher, Dale Earnhardt Jr., driver of the number 88 National Guard Chevrolet, currently 10th in points. Talk a little bit about the race out there today, starting from the pole. Talk a little bit about finishing second, being up here with us today.
Yeah, we had an awesome car 2 weeks in a row. We've had two fantastic race cars. So real proud of Steve and Kevin, my engineer, and all the guys for bringing such good cars to the racetrack. It certainly, makes my job easier and gives us opportunities to win like this. So trying to look on the bright side. A little disappointed we didn't pull off the win. I felt like we had the perfect strategy. Had maybe the best car, arguably the best car today. And with those four tires, I thought we could get it done. But we left everybody in the mirror. So, we were clicking off some laps, but just not fast enough to get to Jimmy.
We'll open it up for questions for Dale. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start with Bob and Jeff.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Can you talk about the two pit stops, the one where you kind of blew past the commitment line and then the last one where it seemed like you kind of got caught up in traffic? And are you glad that, in hindsight, that neither of those really cost you?
Yeah, I think if you really look at the race as a whole, they did cost us a little bit. At least the mistake I made coming on the pit road and missing the pit road completely. We had the lead and gave up the lead. Jimmy had the lead the rest of the race and was able to, take advantage of that clean air at the end when it counted. And if I had, not given up that track position and had a smart enough race to keep the lead when it counted right at the end, we might have won the race. It would have been real hard to get by us, just like it was to get by Jimmy. So I think missing the commitment cone was a big, a big factor in us, not finishing one spot ahead of where we are. But the other pit stop wasn't that big a deal. I came on the pit road about as hard as I could. The 14 mark was running maybe 5-10 miles an hour slow in the first couple segments, but I don't know that cost us a ton of time.
We'll take our next question from Jeff. Go ahead.
Jeff Gluff from USA Today. Dale, do you have any sense for how long it would have taken for your tires to produce more of an advantage? And did you feel like you were starting to track him down?
Yeah, definitely. I knew for sure over the entire run, if we could run 80 laps, four tires definitely going to be better than two. And we were guessing around 35, 40 laps, the difference would start to show. And I felt like as we got to traffic, Jimmy was starting to struggle a little bit in those last couple of laps. It seemed like my car actually got better the longer I ran and drove better and did what I needed it to do in the corner as we ran. And it wasn't quite clicking just yet. And our car was starting to come around, and I think the difference in the tires between our two cars was about to show. So, but it wasn't. The race is 400 laps, and that's the way it is. They did a good job, and real proud of the company. But we were going to have a hell of a party for a couple laps if we could get to him.
Additional questions for Dale? Randy?
Yeah, Dale, Randy Kovitz, Kansas City Star. Jimmy said you drove a whale of a race, I think is how he put it. Just these second places and not just when you're going up against Kenseth and now John, just kind of talk about hitting your head against the wall.
Well, I think we won't do that. I feel like that we're, in the last couple of weeks we've been able to really show what our team's capable of. We've been really quick on the sheet every day, fast in practice. The cars, the changes we're making, everything seems to be working right and going in the direction you want. So I feel like when we get it right, we can compete and we can win. So we came really close today. I don't feel like today was a highlight for us. I think this is how it's supposed to be every week. So, I know that the competition's difficult and tough. Jimmy being one of the best drivers the sport's ever seen and running at probably one of his better racetracks, it was going to be a challenge, but I felt like we had enough car and tires for sure to beat him.
Did I see a question in the back? Let's get a mic to her, please.
Kelly Crandall from Speedway Media. Dale, after coming off the last restart, you were with Jimmy for a little bit, and then it seemed like you moved up on the high side and he got away from you. Would that not have mattered regardless? Would he still have driven away from you, or did you give up more time maybe than you necessarily wanted to at that point?
Well, I was just trying some different lines and seeing what might work, and I ran the high line in 1 and 2 and gave up about 5 car lengths to him, and then just realized I needed to be back on the bottom and went back down there and focused again. His car was good. I mean, I had to run perfect laps really to maintain the pace that he had, just to not let the lead get any bigger, and just hope that he'd start coming back to me there near the end. It was just a little bit too late.
Okay, we'll take one final question for Dale before we let him go. Jeff, was your follow-up for?
Dale, even though he's your teammate, I mean, does it still kind of suck to lose to Jimmy because he just always wins everything?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. You know, it sucks to lose regardless of who wins. It's probably harder to run second than it is to run 5th or 10th. You know, when you had a car like we had today, and you don't get good cars every week, you like to capitalize. It doesn't bother me that it was Jimmy. I know Jimmy's going to be good here, and plus he's my teammate. I want to see him do well. When he does well, it indirectly affects us and benefits us. So, you know, I wasn't hoping he was going to blow a tire or anything there at the end. I was just trying to catch him, and trying to. If I could get to him, I thought I would be able to get by him. So we just couldn't do it.